This video explores what it actually takes to manifest a sustainable land-based lifestyle from scratch. There are lots of reasons that people choose this path. Sometimes people are seeking a healthier life, one that involves fresh homegrown food, clean water and physical activity. Sometimes people want to do something meaningful, to find a way of living that does not cost the earth, but instead supports nature to thrive. Sometimes people want to create something that offers hope and security for their children. Whatever their reasons, I see a steady flow of people moving away from the towns and the cities back to the land, and this gives me great hope for the future. But it's a mission. And sometimes people have unrealistic ideas of what's possible. Here, I'm going to set out some realistic expectations of what it really takes to pull this off. Before I begin though, I'd like to lay out some baseline assumptions. Firstly, by sustainable land-based lifestyle, I mean creating a degree of resilience such that if or when mainstream infrastructure systems falter or fail, you'd be all right. It might not be luxury, but you'd have houses, barns and sheds, gardens and storerooms full of food, water and firewood and renewable electricity infrastructure. Basically, support systems in place that can stand the test of time. Secondly, you're based in the British Isles. Now, it's probably similar in other places, but my timescales and costings are based on experience here in West Wales. And thirdly, you're starting on agricultural or forestry land which has no appreciable infrastructure already there. Obviously, if there are buildings, barns or orchards already there, then you've got a head start. So here goes, my 10-point checklist for what it really takes to make the change. Number 1, patience. It takes time. Lots of time. I reckon it takes 5 to 10 years to set up your infrastructure, and then another 5 to 10 years to establish good working patterns. And so it's helpful to recognise that you're embarking on a journey rather than going to a destination. Number 2, land. I think you need at least 1 to 2 acres per person. You need space for shelter, food, fuel and surplus or income. It needs to be of a reasonable aspect. Now, the more land you have, the more options there are for produce. For example, if you want to have ruminants or grazing livestock, then really you need at least 5 acres. Bear in mind that 1 acre near the coast is the equivalent of 2 acres up in the hills. Number 3, capital. You will need money to buy land, plus you will want some extra set aside for developing your infrastructure. The more you have set aside, the faster the setup process is going to be. Land currently averages around £10,000 per acre. Number 4, an income stream sufficient to cover your household running costs during setup, plus your development costs if you're low on capital. This is going to need to be part-time. Working on the homestead is going to take up most of your time. Number 5, health. You need a level of fitness and strength to do this. It's a physical lifestyle. you will be chopping wood and wheelbarrowing compost. Number 6, a good skill set. It makes a world of difference if you know what you're doing. That's not to say that we're not all learning as we go along, but a basic understanding of land management, ecology, construction, water patterns and renewable energy will really help you design systems that will support you in the long term. These are all topics that can be learned. Number 7, community. Diversity of skills, inclinations and abilities creates resilience, and so it's really helpful to see yourself as part of a larger community. If you are a family or perhaps even an extended family, then this gives you a head start. It's totally possible to get together with other like-minded people and form a new community, but it's much easier to locate yourself within an existing community network. We're very lucky in this part of the world to have a thriving alternative community culture. Number 8, a planning strategy. It's important to understand that governments are still caught up in an old world paradigm that separates towns for people to live in and countryside for industrial agriculture, and this is reflected in planning law. Living on the land doesn't fit easily into these boxes, and so you need a strategy for navigating the planning system. There are approaches that you can take that will make your life much easier. So take the time to understand not only what the planning rules are, bearing in mind that they vary from place to place, but also how local governments apply the rules. That way, you can find and chart the path of least resistance. Number 9, passion. It takes dedication and commitment, especially in those early days when chances are you'll be living in temporary accommodation. You will need to be prepared to change your lifestyle patterns in response to what the land base can offer. Building a sustainable land-based lifestyle from scratch takes a lot of hard work, and so you've got to be passionate about it in order to keep going in the long run. And number 10, joy. Living off-grid is not glamorous. You're not going to get rich or famous. It's a very humble life choice. And so it really helps if you're the kind of person who can find joy in the simple things. Homegrown food, wildlife on your doorstep, an open fire in the winter, companionship and community. And so that's my checklist for anyone thinking about creating an off-grid homestead from scratch. One thing I will say is this: I've seen a lot of people transition to this lifestyle. I've helped a lot of people along the way, and it's very rare that people turn back. Once you've had a taste of freedom, an experience of living with nature, a sense of independence, there's no going back really. If you are thinking about this way of life and you've enjoyed this video, you may want to think about joining our online off-grid homesteading club. It includes a whole library of tutorials, live monthly calls, interviews and more. It's £15 a month and you can drop out any time you like. Diolch am wylio. Thank you for watching.